సో ఇప్పుడు యాక్టివిటీ 6 చూస్తున్నాం, మెథడ్ ఆఫ్ మిక్సర్స్. సో ఈ మెథడ్ ఆఫ్ మిక్సర్ లో అబ్జర్వ్ చేసేది ఏంటంటే, టూ డిఫరెంట్ మాసెస్ లేదా సేమ్ మాసెస్ ఉన్నా, డిఫరెంట్ టెంపరేచర్స్ లేదా సేమ్ టెంపరేచర్స్ ఉన్నా, వాటిని మిక్స్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది అనే పాయింట్. సి దిస్ సిచ్యువేషన్ 1 is explained like this. 200 ml vessel is there and 200 ml another. Its temperatures are same. So that temperatures T1, T2 are taken as a 30. So if you mix them, right? So if you mix them, after that you pour in a common mixer. So what is going to be the mass? Definitely we'll say M1 plus M2, right? So similarly, here is also after mixing, what is going to be M1 plus M2. But temperatures, you observe this, T1 is 90, T2 is 60 degrees Celsius. So after mixing, are they going to have the same temperature or different temperature, or how much temperature it is going to have? Next, third situation you can see. It's a first 100 ml and 90 degrees, 200 ml 60 degrees. If you mix them in a container, in a vessel, okay, what is going to be the mass? Okay, it's M1 plus M2. That's common. I'm going to take as a total mass, that is as a capital M. Then what is the heat? What is the heat transfer is taking between when these cold fluid and hot fluid? Whenever we mixing these two, what is happening? That should be understood. For that understanding, we are going to see one case. See, in the first situations, whatever it is going to have, let me take as a Q1 amount of heat. In the second one, it is having Q2 is the amount of heat. What is the third one? What is the third one? Right? In the previous videos, we have seen that heat, what is the heat gained by the cold body is equals to heat loss by the hot body, right? So that's why the first one, and in the third, after mixing that, whatever it is taking as a Q. And what is that? Q equals to ms delta T. So this one ms delta T. This is also ms delta T. ms delta T. But the question is it is a different. So try to understand. Whenever you are mixing, ikkada hot third situation example తీసుకుందాం. Third situation లో 100 ml mass ఉంది, and what is this? 90 degrees Celsius temperature. 200 ml, right? 200 ml volume of mass తో 60 degrees Celsius ఉన్న temperature, right? ఇది ఇప్పుడు రెండు మిక్స్ చేస్తే ఎవరి నుంచి ఎవరికి హీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అవుతుంది అని. సో దాట్ యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. సో హీట్ లాస్ బై ది కోల్డ్ హాట్ బాడీ ఈక్వల్స్ హీట్ గెయిన్ బై ది cold body. So if you apply that, what you are going to get? So heat loss after mixing, the temperature, let me take as a T. Let me take it as a T. So that T is definitely less than the greater value and greater than the lesser value. అంటే ఏం చెప్తున్నాం? 90 degrees Celsius కంటే తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, 60 degrees Celsius కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. Because whenever heat transfer is taking from hot body to cold body, so that is going to happen. That's why heat lost by hot body. Heat loss by hot body. So that is net heat loss. Remember, equals to, you are going to say net heat gained by cold body. So if you take it, what is the amount of heat transfer taking place, right? So for that, you are going to take Q1 equals to Q2. Now M1 S delta T. Here M2 S delta T, because the cold mass is going to take an M2, hot mass is taking M1. Specific, it is taken as a common because two are taking as the same substance, that is the water here in this case, right? So that's why delta T is a matter. How you are deciding delta T here? So delta T is nothing but what? Change in temperature, right? Delta T is nothing but change in temperature. So when compare with the first one, right? T1 and T is there. Between these two, you have to compare. Whenever you are taking Q2 value, there also you have to compare T2 and T. So when compare these two, our delta T is going to between these two only, in first case and second case. But how you decide which one is a greater, which one is a smaller? Definitely, just now we have already said 90 degrees కంటే ఈ టీ అనేది ఏముంటుంది డెఫినెట్ గా తక్కువ. అదే 60 degrees కంటే డెఫినెట్ గా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే మిక్స్ చేసిన తర్వాత హాట్ బాడీ నుంచి ఏమవుతుంది, హీట్ అనేది కోల్డ్ బాడీకి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అవుతుంది. అంటే 90 degrees కంటే తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఈ హాట్ బాడీ నుంచి టెంపరేచర్ హీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అయినప్పుడు టెంపరేచర్ లెవెల్ అనేది ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది కోల్డ్ బాడీ. దట్స్ వై డెఫినెట్లీ టీ షుడ్ బి గ్రేటర్ దాన్ T2. That point is very, very important to understand and when doing the calculations. So ఈ పైన ఉన్న 3 situations కి కూడా మనం ఒకే ఒక ఫార్ములా ఇప్పుడు సాల్వ్ చేసి ఇదే ఫార్ములాతోనే మనం ఆన్సర్ చేయొచ్చు. సో వాట్ యూ విల్ డిసైడ్ విచ్ వన్ ఈస్ అ గ్రేటర్? సో డెఫినెట్లీ T1 is a greater. T1 is greater than T. So that's why what you are going to take, delta T is going to be what? So that I am writing like this. M1S T1 minus T. T1 minus T. Similarly, M2S into delta T. So before going to write delta T, what I am taking here, which one is the greater? That should be clear, right? So that's why this value I am going to take it. T is going to be less than this one, right? T is going to be less than. Sorry, T is going to be greater than this, right? Greater than T. So then what is condition? M2S into T minus T2. Here, T1 minus T. So now simplify it. If you simplify, what will happen? M1S T1 minus M1S T equals to M2S into T minus M2S into T2. Now simplify this. Simplify. So what you will get? M1, M2. So common points you can search it. Okay. M1, M2. M1S T1 plus M2S T2 is equals to M2S T plus M1S T. Now take out what is the common value. So you know that S is a common both sides. That's why you can cancel out M1 T plus M2 T you can get. Here if you take it S as a common, M1 T1 plus M2 T2. Just you cancel out as well. And what about again you can take common T. Then what will come? M1 plus M2. Now here M1 T1 plus M2 T2. Right? What we want? What is the final temperature after mixing? Our mixer temperature is how much? Mixer temperature is how much? That is our question, right? That's why M1 T1 plus M2 T2 by M1 plus M2. That is the total mass, right? If you use this formula, you are going to solve all the above 3 situations. All the above 3 situations. Now, if you want to check it, you can solve that problem. What is the first case? M1 equals to M2 equals to 200 ml, right? So T1 equals to T2 equals to 30 degrees Celsius, case 1 or situation 1. M1 equals to the 200 ml and M2 is also equals to 200 ml. Correct. So, but T1 equals to 90 degrees Celsius and T2 equals to 60 degrees Celsius. Whereas third one, M1 equals to 100 ml, M2 equals to 200 ml. And T1 equals to 90 degrees Celsius and T2 equals to 60 degrees Celsius. Just you substitute these M1, M2 and T1, T2 values in the above formula, you will get T mixer values. T mixer values means the temperature of the mixer. When you mix these first one and second one, the final temperature is going to be in this. So substitute this and you will get the answer, right? M1, M2, whatever the values you are going to get. Got it? So thank you. I hope you understand this. Like these problems are going to be solved by using the very, very important thing that is said as here, principle of method of mixers. Method of mixers. Right. So what is the principle? What is the principle? Net heat lost equals to net heat gain. Net heat gain. So why these term net heat loss, net heat gain is used? You can understand this because net heat means not only the heat is transferred to the cold body, cold fluid, it can be transferred to the container and it can be lost to the atmosphere. Like so many ways heat can be transferred, or in so many ways heat can be lost. That's why we have to say that net heat loss. Similarly, net heat gain, not only heat from the hot water, heat from the container or heat from some other source can also be there. So then in that terms, what we have to say, net heat loss equals to net heat gain. This is the principle of method of mixers. This helps you a lot to solve the problems in heat transfer. In the heat lesson of our 10th class.